This is a necessarily brief episode because there's so much in this book that must not be spoiled. The Palace of Eternity is an excellent 1969 novel by the Northern Irish writer Bob Shaw. It's a fast-paced, dynamic piece of work full of surprising developments and wild ideas. Welcome to episode 134, and welcome to the cosmic epic in miniature of Bob Shaw's The Palace of Eternity. Bob Shaw knew how to pack ideas into his short, sleek science fiction entertainments. His third novel, The Palace of Eternity, is a good example. Shaw weaves a fast-moving tale that explores interstellar war, environmental destruction, and even the source of artistic inspiration. The narrative shifts and dukes excitingly, taking an almost outrageous cosmic turn that the SFE says, quote, displeased some critics, but is an effective handling of a traditional SF displacement of ideas from metaphysics. The Palace of Eternity was originally published as part of Series 1 of the Ace Science Fiction Specials in 1969. This series was key to Shaw's career, and he saw 3 consecutive novels published through it. This one was preceded by The Two-Timers in 1968, and followed by 1 Million Tomorrows in 1970. It's vintage Shaw, propulsive, thought-provoking, and written to entertain. When the novel opens, humanity's been a starfaring power for some time. Unfortunately, the only other known starfaring power is the Sickens. These aliens resemble melting humanoids, and seem to have only one aim: to destroy human beings by any means necessary for reasons best known to themselves. The resulting war has lasted for generations, and there is no end in sight. As a boy, Mac Taverner saw his parents killed during a Sicken raid on his homeworld. As an adult, he enlisted in the military, and became something of a war hero. His fame stemmed both from his battlefield exploits and his engineering skills, which he used to develop a new kind of rifle. Eventually, Taverner becomes disillusioned and retires from the human forces. He chooses to settle on a uniquely peaceful planet, Mnemosyne. Named for the Greek goddess of memory, Mnemosyne is largely insulated from the wider human community. This is partly because it's orbited by the countless fragments of a destroyed moon, shattered in a cataclysm long ago. The local area is also lacking in the hydrogen used by Earth's interstellar butterfly ships, which are based on the Bussard ramjet. As a result, only slow haulers can visit. This relative isolation has made the colony a haven for artists of all kinds. Taverner makes a living as a mechanic, servicing their vehicles. Things begin to change when Taverner witnesses a new cataclysm, being, quote, unable to remain indoors when it was time for the sky to catch fire. Light has just reached Mnemosyne from the destruction of a nearby star, which was accomplished by the military 7 years earlier. Through this destructive stellar engineering, Earth's forces have flooded the area with energetic particles, and so Mnemosyne is about to transform from peaceful backwater to strategic frontline. As complex as it may sound, this is merely an outline of the way the Palace of Eternity begins. Shaw's plot, while simple enough to follow, is stuffed with bold twists and surprises that are better left undescribed. Being a square-jawed ex-forces man, Mac Taverner is not the most dynamic or original protagonist. But Shaw places him in a succession of unexpected situations, and rarely gives him even a chance to win the day through force of arms. Instead, The Palace of Eternity strikes out in excitingly odd directions. This is a novel which begins on a colony world in the far future, but at one point involves its hero speaking with the Roman military figure Titus Labienus, who died in 45 BC. Just as with Barrington J. Bailey, one of Shaw's strengths was his ability to take familiar story structures from SF's earlier pulp era and put novel new spins on them. Often the new dynamic chimed in some way with the contemporary vogue of the new wave. The Palace of Eternity is a great example. The basic setup is a variation on interstellar war scenarios that had been done many times before, but were never taken in Shaw's brazen, cosmic direction. Again, as with his debut Nightwalk from 1967, Shaw delivers another sequence of satisfying conceptual breakthroughs as he guides the plot to its conclusion. The Palace of Eternity is another wonderfully brisk and concise novel from Shaw, certain to please those already familiar with his work, and with the potential to win him new fans. Thanks for listening. For more classic science fiction reviews, visit andyjohnson.xyz. You can also find the show on YouTube and follow updates on Blue Sky. In both cases, just search Classic SF with Andy Johnson. Finally, to get in touch, use the contact form on my site or hit the link in the episode description to send a text message.